first reason why a man should have multiple wives is because it prevents complacency. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest things that happen to women, we are a human thing, but what happen to women, especially when they get married, I said them get complacent and they let themselves go. You see a woman, right? She get married. She's young. When she's single, she used to take care of herself, do her nails, make sure that she exercise, stay in a shape, etc. Like walk around, dress properly, do her hair. Trying to keep herself up because she's trying to attract a mate. She's trying to make sure that she beat the other females them so she can attract a mate. Right? Now when she get her husband, she get complacent. She say, alright now, well, me not really think so me have to watch me eat so much. Me not think so me have to go exercise. Me not think so me have to do me hair every week. I not think so me have to do, like she don't have to keep up. The moment you have one next wife in the mix, guess what? The woman start realize, whoa, me have to compete for my spot. If you want to be the top wife, you have to compete. Right? So competition, you drive, you give them that drive, you give that momentum to why everybody go stay up on track. Because you know, so you have options now. Even have to spend time with you, even have to carry you out, you have the other woman will look good, right? So therefore you have to always compete, which keep you alive, you keep that fire burning. That is one of the main reasons, may I tell you, say, why a man must have multiple wives, just to prevent the wife when you love. You know, you go have this wife you always love and care for. You go have to prevent her from the fall off her game. If you have multiple wives, right, you go have multiple streams of income, right? Now you have one wife, right? If you have one wife, if you have a man with one wife, the household income are literally just two, right? But the more wife you add into the mix, the more income you have. So therefore, you can take a lot of risk. So a lot of people look on you and say, Jordan, you know, say if you have multiple wives, it's going to be expensive, etc., etc. That's a fear thing. But many reasons my brethren, and he look on me and say, yo, like if you have multiple wives, that go be like you go get a lot of money. And from when you show me that freedom, we realize it from a different perspective. As a man, right, you have one income one, right? Plus your other wife, that is the next one, right? Two and I make probably 100K each per month. But now every wife where you get one additional 100K that are coming to your household, right? So you can times that. Let's say you get 3 more wives. So in all, you make 500K, right, in the household income. Now you can probably go use that, invest some of the like the excess money. You can invest that, start on business. You go have more money. You can take more leverage. You have more leverage, so you can take more risk because now you have so much income coming in your household, right? So that's one of the hyper important things. The economic benefits of having multiple wives, tremendous. Yeah, you have healthcare benefits. You have so much benefit now if you have multiple wives. Most people sit down and think that sex is like for pleasure and procreation are like the consequence or accident of sex. Because humans so hedonistic. But ladies and gentlemen, the honest truth of why sex was created is to procreate, right? Now, every woman to give birth to one child is like take like 9 months. That's a long time, and you can only have one child per year if you look on that. But a limit, literally, there's a big limit for how many children a woman can have and how much children a man can have if he only have one wife. But the more wives him have, the more he literally go increase the ability to have more children. You can literally procreate and multiply fast. So having more wives equals far more children. And if you never noticed, Jamaica have a declining birth rate. And when all of the homosexuality, when they are pushing at the film, a lot more men are start go over to the other side. So there's less. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. There's less males, less men out there who actually want to procreate and have a big family. So women have no after the hunt for the men that want to have families, for the men that literally actually straight. I'll tell you one like a story. So one time when I younger, I was with some ladies, right? I was with some older women, and then they share one story. One lady when they share one story with me said there was a man where she know he went sickly, and his wife when they take care of him, and then his wife died, and then afterwards him get that woman married to a young woman, right? And then he get healthy all of a sudden, and they walk around and happy and healthy and vibrant with the young wife. Now the older woman around then get heated, then get so upset. They want to say, they want to cuss, they come like they want to fight the man, they want to fight the man and fight the man, right? However, I sit down and work some mates and I say, wait, why that work? Why is it when you there with the old wife, he went sickly, but when you get a young wife, he just healthy and fresh. Just it clicked to me. You see, let me show you a pre. You see, why it take fee if you sustain one old wife? Like if you have one 60-year-old man and you have one 60-year-old wife, you don't take much energy to sustain that marriage, because guess what? She don't want left her yard. She want home cooked meal. Like she don't like much space. They don't want go. They don't want do nothing. Like you get lazy. You literally get slow, right? So you don't take much energy out of you to provide, to like entertain that wife and keep her, right? Worst of all, no other man now try to get your 60-year-old wife. However, when you're a 60-year-old man and you decide to go take up one 20-year-old virgin wife, right? Look on that. You know what end up happening? You know, so you have to compete with every other man out there because then you kick for your foot, right? So you have to put your best foot forward every single day so you can't move like you're old and sluggish. And that's why men who marry young women, older men who marry young women, when they say they look 10 years younger, right? Because them actually have to produce in body, they can research this, produce higher testosterone level to keep them alert and more competitive, because they know a more competitive environment. So the secret, this is how I discover, the secret for staying young and healthy and fit, if you continuously get young, beautiful virgin wives. If you are like 60, if every year you get one wife for like 20, every 10 years you get one new 20-year-old wife, you go continue to stay young, fit and healthy. That's the way how you do it. So the reason why one man must have multiple wives is because it keeps him young and healthy. First of all, you live by integrity. You say, now go have sex with no woman who is not my wife, right? And you have one wife. Now you give her absolute authority over sex, right? They're saying, you hand over absolute power, because you the only way you can have sex is when she wants to have sex, right? So she have a complete monopoly on sex now, complete monopoly, right? So you are at her mercy. Now, when you have multiple wives, right there, so you have options. So there, you put the ball now in your court, so it prevent monopoly and it give you the power.